I'm Angie, and welcome to Yoga with Angie. Today I'm going to take you through a soothing practice for tired or sore legs. I know many of us are on our feet all day, some of us experience muscle atrophy, some of us have really high intense workouts and we get sore legs. So this is a great practice for really anybody who is looking to kind of help alleviate those sore legs and also kind of work with tiredness in the legs. So not a lot of movement, trying to keep it really low key. So grab your mat, grab a block if you have it or a blanket, get into something very comfy, and I'll meet you. I like to start, if I have really tired or sore legs, I like to start with a block. And if you don't have a block, I'm going to give you an option. Or if this is too much, I'm going to always give you an option to take it down a notch. So you want to start with the block. So go ahead and lay on your back. And you want to start with the block right at the base of your spine, or the flat part of your low back. So right at the top of the hips, right at the base of the spine. Kind of like if you're going to do a bridge position, draw your shoulders down and back on the mat. So you can either start here and just bring your feet flat on the mat, knees together. If you don't have a block, same thing. You can still keep your feet mat distance apart and knees together. If you want to really work into those legs and kind of bring a little bit more blood flow in through the body, a great way to start here is what we call legs up the wall. So if it's not comfortable, just continue to mess around with the block or a blanket if you have one. Keep your feet nice and flexed or relaxed. So this is a relaxed position. It might feel like you're semi-active because you're engaging your core. If you have tight hip flexors or tight hamstrings, this might really hurt. But I like to start here. Again, you always have the option to start here. So I really like to just get the blood flowing in my legs. So just taking it here for a moment, pausing, bringing your palms down to the side. Taking a nice deep inhale through the nose. And exhale. And feel that breath come all the way out through the base of your spine. So feeling the blood flow, taking that energy all the way from the feet, coming up all the way in through the hips, into the belly, into the chest, feeling our lungs, breathing all the way in, and as you exhale, drawing that breath all the way back down through the base of your spine, and then all the way back through the legs and out through the tips of the feet. I love to visualize breath here. So when I'm breathing, visualizing that breath coming through the body, kind of igniting and sparking energy into the body, especially with those tired legs. So breathing life back into the legs, allowing that energy to flow, the blood flow to start circulating through the body. One more deep, big inhale through the nose. And exhale. Feels so good. And continue breathing as you draw the breath in through your nose, sealing the lips, and then drawing that breath all the way back down through the base of your spine. Let's take one more breath here. And I highly recommend this practice. So maybe you're taking those legs actually up a wall. So you bring the base of your spine to the wall and just take those legs up the wall. It's a great practice to get into at the end of the day, or even to start your day. It's a great way to get the blood flowing to the brain and just kind of moving the energy through the body. And go ahead and start to bring those feet back down if they're not already here. And bring those knees together. Press down through your heels, lift your hips high. You can remove the block and just start to windshield wiper those legs from right to left. Letting the knees just kind of fall to the side and feeling the hip flexors open as you allow those knees to fall. Let's take one more breath here. And then go ahead and keep that left foot placed flat on your mat. As you exhale, draw the knee super tight into the chest. And feel the hip flexor release, those hamstrings release. And then with your right hand, take that knee away from the midline of the body. Nice and slow. If you want to take it a step further, you can extend your left leg, but otherwise just keep that left foot planted on your mat. Press into that left hip as you continue to allow that right knee to fall away from the midline of the body, keeping those hips nice and square. And slowly bring the knee back to center. We're going to work into a little bit of movement here. Let's just first start with some ankle rotations to the right and to the left. Continue to draw the knee into the chest. Now we're going to work into the core as we extend the right leg, draw the belly button in, extend the leg. So working on some core strength here and some leg strength. You want to engage the quads, and then as you exhale, draw the knee into the chest super tight. So inhale, press away. Exhale, draw that knee in. Just get working a little bit of movement into this. Nothing crazy, taking it nice and slow at your own pace, breath with movement. Let's take one more breath here as we exhale. And then inhale, extend. And here, let's cross our right leg over our left, just like we're in a seated cross-legged position, and take both knees over to the left side. Extend your right shoulder, your right arm over to the right side of your body. Take your gaze over the right, and maybe just plant this left hand, place it on the top of the knee. Nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, drawing that breath all the way into the base of the spine, the right shoulder comes into the mat. Really opening up the shoulder and creating a nice twisting sensation as you allow the knees to fall over to the left side. Slowly bring those knees back to center. And from here, if you want to take it a little bit further, I love this stretch. So if it's too much here, you can just grab both knees, draw them into the chest. It feels good on the hip flexors. Or you can take your left hand to your right foot, right hand to your left, and just draw those heels in towards your glutes. And really feel the hip flexors and hip abductors open here, at least on the right side. You're going to feel the hip abductor opening. And then slowly start to draw the knees away from the chest. A really nice stretch here. Nice big deep breath in. And exhale. And if it's too much here again, if it's too much to grab the ankles or the feet, you can always just grab the knees and gently draw them in, or bring them flat back down on your mat. Go ahead and take the right knee, uncross it. Right foot's planted on your mat. As you exhale, slowly draw that left knee into the chest, really getting, my legs are super tight today, so getting into that left side hip flexor. Feels so good. And then with your left hand, take the left knee and draw it away from the midline of the body, nice and slow. And then just bring that right arm gently off to the side. Super slow circular motions away from the midline of the body. And then go ahead and pause that knee into your chest and take some ankle circles to the right and to the left. This is where you hear a lot of creaks in class when people are doing the ankle circles. So here, let's move into the leg extension. So as you exhale, you're bringing the knee into the chest. Inhale, press away, extend that left leg. Really engage the core. Exhale, draw in. So breath with movement here. Inhale, extend. And exhale, bring the knee into the chest. Let's do two more here. Extend with the breath. Exhale in. And last one here. And exhale, knee into the chest. And then when you're ready, cross that left leg over the right. Bring your arms wide out to the side, and then let those knees just fall over to the right side of your body, taking your gaze over the left shoulder. Right palm just gently places on top of the knee, and not to guide, just a gentle guide for the knees to get a little bit deeper into that twist. Take a nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, maybe twist deeper. Draw that left shoulder into the mat, getting a nice supine twist here. And if crossing the legs is too much, you can always just keep the legs uncrossed and stack them and twist. That's always a great option as well. Nice big deep breath in and exhale. As you inhale, bring those knees back to center. And once again, if you want to grab the tops of those feet, opposite hand, opposite foot, and drive those heels in towards the hips. And then slowly draw the knees away from the body. You're going to feel the hip flexor and the hip abductor on the left side start to open. Nice big stretch here. Nice big inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. And slowly bring those knees back into your chest. Give them a nice tight squeeze. And you have a couple options here. You could just move up into a tabletop position, or you could roll up. Sometimes it's fun to take a few rolls because you get a little back massage. I'm being a little bit excessive in the amount of rolls, but you can do as much as you want here. So come into a tabletop position. The palms are flat on your mat, directly underneath your shoulders. Hips are stacked over your knees, tops of the feet flat on the mat. Let's do a few cat-cow stretches just for good measure. So as you inhale, drop the belly, open up the chest. Exhale, round out the spine. Press down to the palms, let the head fall. Let's do one more here. Inhale. And exhale, round it out. Bringing that back into a flat back. Bring your right foot all the way forward. Take that right palm and gently twist over that right elbow, right shoulder. Nice big deep inhale. As you exhale, twist. You should feel the hamstrings of the right leg gently open here. Nice big deep breath in and exhale, twist. Inhale, bring it back to center. Press down through that right heel. Squeeze the thighs together. Inhale, reach up. Mini back bend here. Really reach those arms back. Drive the hips forward. Squeeze the glutes. Feeling the left interior thigh open up. Front of the quad. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Drive the hips forward. Squeeze the thighs together. Continue breathing as you roll the thighs together. Squeeze, pressing down through that right heel. Nice big inhale. And exhale, bring those palms back down to your mat. Slowly shift the hips back. So start extending that right leg. So depending on how tight your hamstrings are, mine are very tight today. So inhale, open up the chest, draw the pelvis forward, and as you exhale, slowly bend into that right thigh, letting your nose come in towards the knee. Keeping that right foot flexed. Gently allowing your hips to fall back here as you drive your pelvis forward and chest comes in towards the thigh. So just melting into that right side, letting your head hang. One more breath here. And slowly driving those hips forward. Pressing your palms into the mat, stepping your left foot to meet your right and coming into a fold.
So pressing through the tops of your feet, letting your head just hang here. Really driving your pelvis forward, so flattening out the back, driving your pelvis forward. That's the whole reason for flattening out the back here, because it allows you to sink a little bit deeper. Engage the quads, lengthen the back of those hamstrings, drive the sit bones back. Inhale, halfway lift. Draw the pelvis forward, press down through the tops of the feet, and then exhale, fold deeper here. Each time, driving your nose into the knees, chest in towards the thighs, and slowly roll all the way up into mountain pose, reaching those arms overhead, and exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold, and let the head just hang here. Inhale, halfway lift, and then here you can either step back into a downward dog or into a tabletop position, whatever you prefer. Sometimes it's just a nice active stretch depending on your preference. Getting into downward dog here, or just moving back into a tabletop position as your resting pose. Starting with your left foot, go ahead and bring it forward to meet your right palm. Pressing down through your right palm, rotate over that left shoulder, the left elbow, giving a nice twist. Pressing your right hip over towards the left side, squeezing the thighs together. Feeling the hamstring on the left side open. Nice big deep breath in. And exhale. Next inhale, bring it back through to center. Square up those hips. Press down through the palms. Squeeze the thighs together. Draw the belly button in. Inhale, lift up, reach. Driving those hips forward. Pressing down through that left heel. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, mini back bend, drive the hips forward, squeeze the glutes, open up that right anterior thigh. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, press those hips further forward. One more deep breath in, and exhale. Bring those palms down to your mat. Slowly shift your hips back. Keeping that left foot flexed, drive your pelvis forward, just as we did in forward fold, letting your nose come in towards your knee and gently folding into that left side. Again, if there's a bent leg here, it's totally fine. Not everybody is going to have the same mobility or flexibility in their hamstring. It depends on the tightness. That's why we're working through this. But continue to drive your pelvis forward. Shift your pelvis forward, nose in towards the knee. One more deep breath in. Exhale, fold. And next inhale, slowly bring that right foot back to meet the left and press back here into downward dog, or you can stay into tabletop, whichever you prefer here. So next inhale, you can extend the right leg or just draw the right knee in towards the right palm. Draw that shin of the right shin across the front of the body and drive that left foot back. So you want to keep your hips nice and square. Make sure this right hip is flat on your mat. If not, you want to put a block or a blanket to support it. Keeping your hips square. If your right shin is not across the front of your body, which mine is not, depends on how tight my legs are, you can always drive the heel towards the pelvis to make your hips square up. So as you inhale, drive your chin and chest forward, press down through your palms. And as you exhale, slowly walk onto your elbows. Continue to drive your chest forward. Every single time you inhale, it's a lengthening exercise. You lengthen out your pelvis, drive it forward, and as you exhale, you're able to melt into that right side.
deep breathing here. Remove the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Allow that breath to flow smoothly. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling. And finding your resting point. Your resting point may be on your palms, it may be on your elbows, but finding your resting point, whatever works for you. Let's take one more breath here. Slowly walk back up onto those palms. Take your left foot, drive it all the way over the right knee. Inhale, drive the pelvis forward. And as you exhale, twist open over the left side. Inhale, elongate the spine. And as you exhale, twist, taking your gaze over the left shoulder. And inhale, bring it back through to center. You can stay in your tabletop or press back into your downward dog here, whichever you prefer. And you can extend that left leg back all the way, or you can just take the left knee into the right or left palm, left knee to left palm, and press back with that right leg. Again, same thing here. If that shin is not across the front of the body, which it can be, you just need to make sure you have support for your hip. So making sure you're putting a block or you're putting a blanket underneath that left hip. So just making sure you have support, otherwise bring that heel a little bit closer into the pelvis. So inhale, drive the chin and chest forward, drive the pelvis forward, and as you exhale, slowly melt onto the mat. Again, you might come down to your palms and you're like, I've had enough, or come down to your elbows, but finding your space that works for you. Inhale, continue to drive the pelvis forward and lengthen the spine, and as you exhale, slowly melt into that left side, letting your head just fall onto your mat. Nice big deep inhale here. And exhale. Let's take one more breath here. And as you inhale, slowly bring those palms back to center. Bring those palms back flat on your mat. And then taking that right leg, drawing it all the way over the left knee. Inhale, draw your chin and chest forward. And as you exhale, twist over that right shoulder. Inhale, elongate the spine. And as you exhale, twist deeper over that right side. And next inhale, bring it back through to center. Coming into a tabletop or working into your downward dog one last time here. We're going to start to move it back down onto the floor. One deep breath in. Exhale. Drive those sit bones back. Let the head fall. Coming back into your tabletop position. Then we're going to come to a seated position. So working into a staff pose here. So you want to keep a nice flat back here. So drive the pelvis forward, bring the chest forward, relax the shoulders, engage the quads, draw the kneecaps down, flex the feet. Nice big deep breath in, drive the pelvis forward, and as you exhale, slowly melt into those hamstrings. Again, if you're super tight, there might be a bend here, and it's not about the destination. It's about the journey. So take it nice and slow. Inhale, drive the pelvis forward, elongate the spine, and as you exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale,
Fold all the way, whatever your point is. Next inhale, slowly release and draw your shoulders back. And then come into the center of your mat, draw the knees into your chest. One last time here, and I would highly recommend you take legs up the wall here if you still have super sore legs, or take the block underneath your hips and do legs up the wall once again, but because I can't do this with you all day, this is what we're limited to. So grab the outside of those feet, draw the knees down. Let's come into happy baby. And if you want to work through extending the legs, bending, whatever feels good for you, but continue to drive those knees down. Nice big deep breath in. And then drive those heels into your pelvis, knees wide. So continue to draw the knees away. So the closer you draw those heels into the pelvis, pressing those toes together, the tops of the feet together, and drive the knees away from the body. Feel those hip flexors really open up. Nice big deep breath in. And exhale. Knees back together. One tight squeeze. And for your resting pose, you can either bring the legs long or bring the feet out to the sides of your mat, knees together. Whatever feels best for you, whatever resting pose works for you. Let's take one big deep breath in. And exhale all the negative, tight, bad energy out. And we'll close today's practice just on your mat, on the floor. Nice big deep breath in and exhale. Bringing your thumbs to third eye. I thank you for your practice.